One more time. We back again, family. They let us do it one more time. Okay, we doing some different lighting stuff today. So it's not your TV and it's not our screen. We trying something different with the light to see how this gonna work out. So yeah, we're gonna get started with the show. You got a little monologue? You got something you wanna get off? Ah, wrong one.
Um, um,
Can you believe that?
I can't.
Okay.
What am I trying to say?
Say what you're trying to say. Just tell the truth for one time. Try that. How about that?
um, know that things. Hi, Miss Rita.
Hey, Miss Rita.
Know that things aren't always as they seem. Meaning,
Okay.
because you are feeling something,
Mm,
doesn't mean that is
mm,
actually
mm,
what is happening.
mm, mm. Did y'all hear that? Okay.
So yeah.
That's it. That's a good that what that you just said a
Shout
lot.
out to the real world.
Right, there you go. Shout out to the real world. There you go. And it's coming fast.
Yes.
Life come at you fast, like that commercial say. Yeah, man. So tonight the show tonight is we know that you're good at what you do and who you are. Okay, we know that. If you cook, you good. You know you a chef, or you cook in the kitchen. You good at putting the meals together. If you're a mechanic, you're good at fixing cars. If you're an engineer, you're good at building. If you are a business owner, you're good at business. If you're a good mother or father, you're a good mother or father, and we can't take that away from you. That's what you know. Tonight, we want to talk about some things that you might not know. So we could talk a lot about what we know. Tonight, we're going to talk to fathers and daughters about some things that you may not know. So, from her perspective, she's going to talk to the fathers, and I'm going to talk to the daughters. So, we're just going to go over some things that daughters have told fathers from her side, and things that fathers have told daughters from my side. So, we want to unpack some stuff and give some scenarios and have a little fun. This is something that all fathers and daughters can relate to. It's going to be fun. You're going to laugh because you have your own experiences. So, we're gonna go ahead and kick it off, but that's the foundation. That's where we're coming from. We want to talk about some things you may not know. Right. So I am talking to the daughters, some things that you may not have retained from your father, but he's told you. Mm-hmm. She's going to talk to the fathers, and she's going to tell them some things that they may have heard but didn't retain from their daughter. So that's how we're gonna set the stage for this show. You wanna go first?
Sure.
All right.
Okay. This was probably a really big one.
Go ahead.
Sometimes we just want you to listen instead of teach.
When? Give us. See, we don't know how to. Give me some big ones. Give me those big ones.
If we are ranting about a female friend,
okay,
what she did, how she was talking to somebody, or how we was out and she was acting a fool. Just sometimes we just want you to listen. We just want to get it off our chest. We talk a lot. Y'all notice? Sometimes you just gotta let us talk. You know?
And that's it.
And that's it.
So
the ranting.
So right, the ranting.
Just ask a question.
There you go.
Do you want Daddy to listen or tell you?
Ask. Oh, that's the question to ask. Okay, on each situation.
Yes.
All right.
Don't just assume, because she might be like, "Well, what do you? You're not saying nothing," and then, we change our minds. Yes. So it might be just. I just ask. I would just ask your daughter, does she want you to listen or tell you?
Or respond. Yeah. Or help give solutions.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Sometimes a hug could be too much for the moment. We are emotional. Like, ladies, y'all know, sometimes when people ask you, are you okay? It just eggs on the situation. Or a hug, or a leg touch, or a pat or a rub on the back can make it worse. It might heighten.
So tell him when not to do that, because fathers don't understand
when she uses a different tone. Hey, not right now.
Okay.
Just listen to that voice. You know it's different than her usual tone. then that's probably not a good space.
So let's go. So fathers, the tone, right? Because you know your baby's voice.
Yes.
You know you hear your baby. So now it's the tone. So now I got to give y'all some old school ladies, young ladies. They used to get your leg broke. See, back in the day, but it's a new day.
Yeah.
So
well, let's be specific.
All right.
It depends on how your parents raised you. This whole conversation is depending on how.
I'm sorry. Wait, I'm sorry. We did miss something else too.
Go ahead.
So when we unpack this, right? I'm talking to the daughters. She's talking to the fathers about some things they may not know. And what you just said, say that with the last thing you just said.
Depending on how can I say?
Hey, babe. How you were raised, how your parents raised. Okay. So now I forgot, I left that part out. This is about regular father and daughter lifestyle and communication.
Yes.
This is about regular contact, regular involvement in each other's lives. This is not a distant thing. This can work from a distance if you're not close, but this is for the people who are around on a regular basis. All right. So that's part of the foundation. Right. Okay. All right. Yeah. So dads, I don't want you to not see her for 10 years and then walk up and try these techniques. It's going to be a little rough. That's another show. Call us and, email us or something. And we'll get with you on that. Yeah.
Okay. Don't always tell us how much you don't like a guy unless he's being physical. Like every time you see her, don't rag on him. Don't take him through the coals because it's just nature. She's going to be drawn more to him because you don't like him.
Somebody just hit us. Do you see that?
The tone may be perceived. Yeah. But again, it's based off your relationship.
Right.
Depending on how healthy your relationship is. If she's usually hostile, then that she probably means they're hostile. If she don't really talk to you like that, then you should probably be like, okay, let me pull up. Let me respect that. And it also depends on the age range that you're talking about. Now, if she's in her late 20s, that's different. If she's in her early 20s, then I can see how you could be hostile. Or if you're still a teenager, then I can see how that's still being hostile. So that's a good point. It's a very good point. But depending on your relationship, where she is age-wise. We'll do it like that.
All
right. Don't always judge her attire. Chocolate chips in the cookie dough. Can't be mad at something you made.
You gotta explain that. Explain that. Everybody don't understand that. I raised you like you gotta explain that.
So when people take chocolate chips and cookie dough and put them in the oven, you get chocolate chip cookies.
You can't get oatmeal. You're going to only get out what you put in. Yes. So now that's different than judging her attire from how she looks. Just because she looks good doesn't mean that she has to advertise something she ain't selling.
This is true. Then it also depends on what age she is.
Exactly.
All of this is very
age appropriate,
vague but specific at the same time.
But everybody get it. Fathers and daughters get it. So you saying don't always judge her attire. Now his job is to guide and direct, coach and counsel.
Yeah,
he is going to lead.
I said always judge. I didn't say.
So we don't always. No father always does.
I've seen some dads that are like, you are not ever wearing this.
So but that's not always though. I've told you that.
Yeah.
Around me.
We're talking to dads that might not know. They might always tell their daughters what they can and cannot wear.
Right.
And I guarantee you, she's probably either hiding what she's wearing.
It might be in the car.
Under the clothes. Like I remember
it might be 3 or 4 bags.
I was about to go out and my cover up slipped my actual outfit. And it wasn't bad, but yeah. We had a conversation.
I remember a couple times.
Yeah.
Where you was trying to. Why you laughing?
Trying to dance out the house.
Yeah.
Or walk.
She called herself. So this funny. See, listen, y'all. I don't know these what she's finna say, right? And the funny thing is, I got a counter to that, and I'm saying the same thing. It's kind of funny. This is weird, but this is what it is. It's a universal cycle. It goes in a cycle, in a circle. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. You can hear some of this stuff back.
Right. Okay. Don't bring every woman into her life unless this is a long-term relationship for you.
Why? Yeah, because a lot of people do it.
Because then that's conditioning her that it's okay and she can just bring everybody around and everybody is important. They're not.
That's right.
They don't need to be in intimate spaces with your children, especially your daughters. Because she's growing up too, and she's she is accumulating different experiences from different women.
Good. So I didn't do that. I was very strategic about that. Like a lot of times after, her and her mom and I divorced, I kept it separate. A lot of the women that I did date, they wanted to meet my girls because they knew how involved I was and how much I loved them and how much I was in their life. So I just kept it at a distance. So a lot of times I would end up, maybe breaking up with her because she knew that was the end all be all cure all. She couldn't meet them, then we wasn't gonna be together. So yeah, you got to be careful with that one. Yes.
Okay. Don't let her call you by your first name. That's a tragic.
So there, okay, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I agree with you.
Oh.
So I got to give the exception to the rule because there.
Let me just finish. That just means that she's gonna put you in a category of everybody else. Boom. Okay.
90% of the time, 90, not 100.
Right.
So because there are some people that do it.
Yes.
Some people do it, and it works for some people. But I'm gonna tell you, only 10% of the people can pull that off. That's not something you want to try to practice across the board. I would tell you be careful with that. Yeah, her calling you by your first name, be very careful with that.
Okay. Sheltering her from truths about life and family or etc. is a bad thing.
Sheltering her.
It's a good thing right now. It's gonna be a bad thing later.
So good can become bad. Yeah. Okay. Y'all, go back and look at that video, y'all, where good can become bad. I think that was like 152, maybe something like that. So yeah, it's not far. Yeah, so you got to look at that video and understand when you shelter her, it is good for today, but you do have to prepare her to walk outside your door. And whatever is out in those streets, you need to give her the tools and the resources, the armor and the weaponry to go out there and fight that fight, because it's going to be a fight. So yeah, I would definitely say be careful. Now, so it's like a balancing act. On a high wire, too much to the left, you fall. Too much to the right, you fall. You got to toe that line, that very thin line. So that one is that's a good one. Yeah, you got to be careful.
And then it's my last one. Also listen to her emotions about the lady in your life. She's also a female. She can see and tell things that you cannot.
Absolutely.
So don't just say you don't. Now, this is something that the old school could have tweaked. They never believed the children because they always felt like you don't have enough information because you're a child. But intuition doesn't have an age for real. There's a gut feeling. I don't know what age. I probably should research this. There's a gut feeling that kids have, humans have. That's probably like,
intuition.
I don't trust it. This probably shouldn't be here. Probably shouldn't be doing this. But because we're children, we can't voice that. But I would just advise, if she's telling you that she doesn't like her or she is anti her, you should watch that.
Yeah, put a sticky note up and read it often. Yeah. Pay attention to it.
I'm not saying break up.
Right, that don't mean no. That ain't what it is. That's it. And especially her age, depending on her age and mentality, is gonna tell the father a lot about these are good, because what I'm finna say is gonna be cool. So we had a comment. It says great. Go ahead, you read that.
No, go ahead.
Great advice to instill in your girls early on. However, dad should have demographic information about the boys that you date, so dad will know where to find you should you make an unwise decision.
That was to what?
That was to.
I think she was just adding.
Yeah, no, she was talking about. Yeah, okay. Well, the question, because that was there before. Then the next one is at least a full name and city of where he lives. I think where he lives. Yeah, a full name and where. Yeah, okay.
It depends on how close y'all are.
Right, but if it's a healthy situation, and they're together on a regular basis, that should be something she should know. Yeah, where he lives. Yeah.
If this is a regular dude now,
Right.
It's just a dude,
if it's random,
she
that's gonna happen. You can't, fathers, we can't stop that. But see, now I'm gonna get into mine, so I'm going to forget this, but this is about to tie in, and it's crazy because I'm telling you, I didn't know what she was gonna say. All right, so
leave in the basket.
Mine's, I'm talking to the daughters. If your father is in your life regularly and he doesn't participate in your major events, the major events like the daddy-daughter dance, if you in the sports and you in the championship game, let's see, major graduations, parent-teacher conferences. If he doesn't participate in those are major red flags that you need to connect more with your father. It's some work that y'all need to do. The next one is if he is strongly against your man or the guy that you're dating or the guy you're talking to, you should stop. When I say strongly, I'm talking about on every point, every front, every conversation, every stage and phase of your process. If he's against this young man, I'm telling you, just like she said with the woman, because she can read things that we can't. We've been little boys, we've been young men, and we are men. And we telling you something is wrong. And we love you more than we love ourselves. I'm going to say that again to my young sisters. Your father loves you more than he loves himself. So when you understand that kind of love, he can't tell you nothing wrong because it's counterproductive for him. All right. I could be on that. That's a show right there. Yeah. All right. So
have it in your mind.
Yeah.
Sticky note it on your wall. Write it down. Text yourself. Whatever you need to do.
If your dad strongly disagrees with your outfit or what you're wearing, don't do it. See, because she said that, and I didn't know she was gonna say that. So I'm telling you, if he strongly disagrees with what you're wearing,
right?
If he's sitting down and he get up and he facing you, before you go, if he blocking the door, you need just take it off. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's just, it ain't worth. The juice ain't worth the squeeze. Don't do it. Let it go. Listen to your father.
Let it go.
Listen to your father. Avoid putting yourself in dangerous situations. So I want you to give them some examples of what young ladies do or young women do.
Not following your intuition. Being out late around random dudes with the dude your dad don't like. It really just boils down to you not listening to your intuition. If it goes against how you were raised, you probably shouldn't be there long. Not saying don't partake in those, because we all have a ratchet strand in us. Okay. We're just saying consistently, like things that are illegal, depending on how you were raised. If it has to put your dad in a compromising situation for you to be there, you don't need to be there at all.
If it's going to be life and death, life and limb, or the police getting involved, just don't do it. When it's that serious and okay, ask yourself this: what's the worst thing that could happen if I do this? So if you can get pregnant, don't do it. If you're going to jail, don't do it. If it can end up in a physical violence situation, don't do it. That's how you know. So just ask yourself, what is the worst case scenario? Go ahead, take that up. Read that one.
I always tell my girls, don't make daddy be daddy.
Oh.
I would. Okay, wait.
I wish you was here to explain that. I know what you mean.
I would say, don't make daddy be whoever he is outside of daddy. That makes sense.
Don't make him unpack that old dude.
Right. Because they might just see daddy as like this loving, caring person.
Yeah.
So don't make daddy be daddy, like, oh, daddy's gonna pull up, tell you just to get in the car. No, you need to explain to them what things could look like if she puts you in that situation, and go into detail and be very firm about it, so she knows without a question or a doubt. Like I tell him all the time, I have not, and I don't go certain places because I know if I have to make a phone call.
Oh yeah.
There are several other phone calls.
Yeah, I'm coming for sure.
And there's going to be no questions. So you have to be very stern. It can't be like, oh, well, daddy might. It could look like this. no, this is what's gonna happen if you make these kind of choices.
Yeah.
You know, don't make them cry. Don't
send
them.
your daddy to prison.
It's like
he will go to prison.
It's like a healthy fear.
Mm-hmm.
I have a healthy fear when I go places.
Yeah, that's old school.
Involve him.
That's old school there. Yeah.
You know. Okay. Go ahead.
All right. No, that was good. I needed that. Never try to be his equal. I'm gonna say that one more time. Never try to be his equal, young ladies. Don't never, ever, ever try to be your father. He is not your friend. If you are under 21 to 25, he is not your friend. You just need to understand that. Yes, we could be. Yeah, you 66 now.
I really am, honestly.
I mean, no, I'm saying, no, I'm being serious.
Mentally and
when you get to a certain age where you can hold your own, you can do your own thing, then we can start having different dialogue. But as long as you depending on me for your everything, your every day, all day, 24/7, we can't be friends, period. Because there's gonna come a time where I'm gonna have to, pull rank on that. But when you can leave and you can go do whatever you want to do, and you can facilitate it and pay for it, hey, we can start having a different conversation. I wouldn't say.
Miss Rita said, "Say it."
Yeah, I want, and I'm not talking about friends like buddies. I'm saying I don't have the guidance and direction and the overseeing like I used to when you were younger. Mm-hmm. Like now, if you get up, walk out the door, you can go wherever you want to go because you can handle that. Mm-hmm. But when I have to be accountable and responsible for you, you can't do what you want to do.
Right.
Yeah, no, can't do it. Right. Yeah. Ladies, be careful. Always trying to take your mother's side. Now, the ladies probably cringing, but I know the fathers is like, oh yeah, listen. So I'm gonna give you some scenarios. Be careful always taking your mother's side. If you hear your mother say 1,000 things and you take her side 999 times, you probably wrong 300 of those times, because it's not always what it seems like she started off. It's sometimes that women, they'll put things out there and use omission. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean they're lying. Omission is leaving out very important, pertinent facts that will change the outcome of the situation. All right? That's what that means. So that's just in a woman's DNA. That's the way she's made up. So now, this is a good thing. So when her and my mother, I was married to her mom, they'll let a lot of stuff go wrong. She'd be like, you better be careful, I'm gonna tell your daddy. So now I'm not even at home. She at home with the girls. So every time it's like I'm the police. When I come in, I'm tired. I want to see my baby. She's like, your daughter did this. So now I got to get mad at the little people I love more than myself because her mother said something to me. Now I didn't get the facts, just the fact that she said, hey, they did this. I'm responding. Right? So I can't enjoy my babies because now I got to whoop them or discipline them or whatever it was, So I'm saying to y'all, you have to be careful about always taking your mother's side, because sometimes she's using omission. She is not lying. I'm not calling your mother a liar. I'm not calling your mother deceitful. I'm telling you that a woman will leave out very important, pertinent facts. That's what I am saying. Yes, I had to make sure, because if your mother ever heard this, I don't want it to be misunderstood. Yeah. All right. Keep your ears open to when he questions you about your girlfriends and who you hanging around. Now, I'm not saying take his advice because we don't know everything. Y'all in a different generation. Y'all move different. There's different rules and regulations to the world now or in the streets. So we don't necessarily know all those little small nuances. But if he's questioning you about your girlfriends and your friends and the people you hanging around, he probably 75% right. 75% of the time he's right. Yeah. Remember that your father used to date at your age, ladies. Your father at your age, he used to date young ladies at your age. And like you, your sister, and your friends, he knows the game. He dated you at your age, a young lady like you, your caliber, your mentality. He dated your sister. He dated your cousins, your friends, and your mother when he was your age. We were all younger. We weren't always older. We was at your age. If it's 16, 17, 18, 25, 30, we were there. So he knows the game. So don't think that he don't understand what you're saying when you say it. You're just looking at daddy. He was also Brad. Dad was also Ken. Dad was also Mike. Dad was also Brian. Yeah, he wasn't always daddy. So you got to understand that same little dude that you see in high school that used to be so cute and so fine. Somebody probably thought that about your daddy, and he know the game.
Hi, Auntie Sandy.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, Auntie? Okay. All right. It literally hurts a father more to watch his daughter hurt, even when you think he's being mean, even when you think your father is being mean to you. Mm-hmm. It hurts us more for us to see you hurting. And I want every daughter in the world, no matter how old you are, to understand that. If you have a healthy relationship with your father, if your father is a healthy man, if he is mentally sound, okay, I'm not talking about the abusive, dysfunctional, the extreme. I'm talking about a regular, hardworking, loving man, family man. That's what I'm talking about. It hurts him more to watch you hurt, even when you think he's being mean. And if y'all understand that, when you get mad at me and you puff up, you know how you get mad. You, oh, daddy, yeah. You don't, yeah. Don't get new. So when you get upset with me, you got to know that it hurt me more to watch you hurt. So for me to hurt you is counterproductive for me. So imagine we put our hand right here, and I'm gonna take a hammer, and every time I hit my hand, I hit yours twice. So I'm gonna go wham, and then guess what you got to get? You got to get two of them. Mm-hmm. So would you do something to me that will cause me to hit our hands with a hammer? No, because that's counterproductive. Y'all got to understand that we don't get nothing out of that. Mm-hmm. We lose. Then y'all get further away from us. Then they're gonna come to the barbershop. Then they're gonna start telling me all their problems. And the barber don't get paid enough to listen to all that. But I gotta hear all them talk about their daughters and all the stuff they done been through, how they mad at her, how she ain't talking to them, and how they wife tripping or their girlfriend getting in it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm back. Yeah, I gotta hear all that. So, it's the fathers are just trying to figure it out, y'all. Ladies all gotta relax, cut him a little slack. Like, sit down and talk to your father, man. Like, don't let it be an emergency or a tragedy before y'all sit down and start swapping ideas and having conversations. Mm-hmm. Don't let it be always a tragedy. Just try to be proactive and get ahead of that thing because he loves you. Barbers should be paid for therapy sessions. Yes, yes, yes. No doubt. Man, what is oh my God. Mm-hmm. Listen, the funny thing about that, T-Dub, when I tell you it's coming, it's here. So now we finished. Because that was my last one.
Yeah, I'm good.
So I'm glad that T-Dub hit us with that. So everybody is watching.
Whenever I hear about a W, I'm like, Dubs.
Yeah. So what we're doing now is they have money in place. There's federal funds where they want barbers and stylists to be trained as licensed therapists. And when I tell you it is going on right now as we speak, that is where we are moving with the Clipper Dome Chronicles. We're heavily involved. There's a lot of money here in the city of Nashville. So we got with the sheriff's department. So we're going to get ready to get with the city. But we need to sign some paperwork before we speak on the city part. But the sheriff, we're with that. We're doing that. So that mental health piece is what we're going to get involved in for the barbers and the therapists, because we get to see the doctors and the lawyers and the restaurateurs, the CEOs, we get the entrepreneurs, we get the electricians, we get all facets, politicians. So we see everybody. So what we want to do is try to take that opportunity, though that clientele, and make it a pipeline to pipe it right into the high end professionals, the psychologists, the psychiatrists, the life coaches, the counselors. But we need to get some more training so that we can talk to you guys and help you understand how important it is for y'all to go and talk to somebody the way that you train your body when you go to the gym for 10, 20 hours a week. You have to train your mind. Mm-hmm. The mind is the central nervous system. That's what sends the commands and control to the entire body. So if your body is healthy but your mind is not right, that's going to pose a problem somewhere along the line. So we want to try to connect that and bridge that gap to that. So T-Dub, I appreciate that. That's funny that you did that, because that's what we need. Yeah, that's it. All right. Sound good?
Yeah.
I think that's it for us, y'all. So we want y'all to take this. We want you to test this. We want you to try this. Take it to the barbershop or take it to the hair salon. Take it to the job or take it to the church. Remember, you don't have to like it, believe it, or understand it. Sometimes you just have to respect it. This is the Clipper Dome Chronicles. Thank you.